The idea of attracting both new guests to book and past guests to rebook is attractive. And there's no better way to leave an impression than to be able to reach out to them. To do this, you need to establish a connection with people and to build an email list. You can do this, and I'm going to explain how. Welcome to another edition of Hospitality Property School. I am your instructor, Jerry McPherson. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. And make sure to hit the little bell so you'll be informed when I upload a new video. You won't want to miss anything I designed especially for you. Now, I've heard both independent hotel and bed and breakfast owners say, I'm just a small property owner. Why would I need an email list? The use of internet, tablets, and smartphones is the norm for most people. And for you to be as successful or more successful than your competitors, you have to be online, in front of your customers. Now, I had mentioned many times before, it is imperative to build trust and establish a relationship with your customers. People typically choose businesses and, in your case, return to properties they feel they can trust. Email and guest list building is a great way to build your customer's base and establish a sense of kinship around your brand and your property. Now, think about it. How often do you normally visit a company's website? Daily? Weekly? Probably not as often as you check your emails. Email marketing is an excellent way to notify your customers about your property's updates, news, or even special events and deals you may be offering. Ultimately, email marketing is cheap and a fast way to reach your customers while building traffic to your website and increasing your customer base. I am going to share more strategies to build an email list along with techniques for writing your emails and articles. Right after a word from our sponsors. If you would like to learn more tips and techniques for operating a hospitality property, I highly recommend you join our 6-day challenge. We at Keystone HPD have taken our years of experience as hospitality property authorities and have produced the 6-day challenge video series with many actionable tips and techniques that aspiring and current hotel, resort, inn, bed and breakfast, etc. owners and managers can take and use to help improve your property's bookings and profit. Topics include: what type of owner-manager are you? How to set up your organizational structure, the importance of great customer service, marketing your property, social media platforms, wowing your guests, plus more. The most exciting thing? The regular price for this information-packed video series is $97, but for a limited time, it is being offered to you for only $7. Sign up in the show notes and get immediate access to your first video. Before the break, I said I was going to share with you more strategies to build an email list, along with techniques for writing your emails and articles. I want to give you two different scenarios. I want you to imagine that your potential customers come to your site, they enjoy what you have to offer, your information, your videos, your articles, and so forth, but then they have to leave and eventually forget about you. Later, some of them will think, what was that site I visited last week? And just don't remember how to get back to you. What you did, marketing-wise, to get them there is all lost, and you have no way to communicate with them. Now imagine this. Your visitor comes to your site. They see that you're offering something of value in exchange for their email address. They like what they see, they like your site, they like your information, they like your videos, so they end up signing onto your email list. Now you have a way to communicate with them. You can put them on your autoresponder system, you can begin to send them daily or weekly tips and updates, and you have a way to warm them up so eventually they are ready to book. You're at the forefront of their mind. That is why you need to have an email list, so you can communicate with your visitors who actually value the information you're providing. Now let me talk about these type of lists and ways to build them. There are two main types of lists. The first list of people who have found your site and have signed up for the free incentive. The second is guests who have already booked with you, a customer-based list. To save yourself a ton of time and stress, you have to have an autoresponder service. Why you need an autoresponder? The first thing you need to do is get an autoresponder. You can get one online for free that will do the basics. Once you have that, you need to set up your autoresponder to send out emails automatically. The next thing you need to do is design an email template for your articles. You can find one ready-made for you on the internet, but it'll have to be modified. You need to make sure that it looks good on screen and that it's relative to your topics. For an autoresponder to work, you need to set it up so that your recipients get emails from you each time you send one. The last thing to do is to write an ad or create a form to build your email list. This way, you can keep sending them emails when you have something to share. There are a number of marketing software companies around, but the one we use is getresponse.com. And if you don't know where to start, they're very easy to use and have an excellent tutorial program. Full disclosure, we are members of their affiliate program, but even so, it'd be worth checking them out, and the price would be the same. You can find them at keystonehpd.com/getresponse. Let's talk about the email. Once your autoresponder is set up, then the next thing to do is to write articles that look good and are relative to your property and region and the recipients to whom you are marketing. You need to put time and effort into them if you want them to look good. The article or email itself needs to contain the following: a catchy subject line, something that's going to entice a reader to want to read further. This is kind of like the front door to your email. Once they click, they're going to see the email body, basically the content where you say hi or dear so-and-so, and then you enter your content. You can also have downloadable files, put in links to your videos, and so forth. It's always a good idea to set them up for the next email by saying something like, okay, in my next email, I'm going to have a valuable tip or advice or a video, and I'm going to give it to you in 2 days or 1 week, whatever you decide. Make sure you always include what you want them to do. Make sure that the call to action is actually something to do with the email body. If you follow these rules and you connect all your emails together as one big chain link, then your conversions are going to be a lot higher. Does this make sense so far? Let me know by leaving a short comment. Your ultimate goal is to create raving fans, especially raving fans that will buy or book. But first things first, you need to position yourself. Your subscribers will be attracted to you depending on how you position yourself or introduce yourself. So when they subscribe to your list, you need to position yourself right then and there. What I mean by this, are you there to help them or are you there just to sell them? And even though helping people sounds like a really good idea, you can still help them through what you want to sell them. Now, what I have found is being on the extreme end of just giving away free stuff all the time, or at the other end, selling stuff all the time, should be avoided. If you give people free stuff all the time, you have conditioned them just to receive free stuff. And if you're trying to sell them all the time, then every time they see your email, they're just going to think, another sales pitch. How are you helping me? What you have to do is find an equal balance. And if you can find an equal balance, you're going to create raving fans. Share with them the highlights of your region, the local attractions, talk about the natural surroundings and the benefits of your property. And then other times, offer them packages or deals or tell them about special events. Another thing you need to do is be consistent about the time you email them. So if you're used to emailing them at 9:30 Eastern Time, then you want to make sure you email them consistently at 9:30 Eastern Time. I found there are people that will wait for your email, so try to make sure you're consistent. Another thing I like to do is integration marketing. Now, if you're a hospitality property owner or manager, you should know what is available in your area for your guests. You should also have developed a relationship with those businesses or attractions so you can cross-promote. And I'll talk more about cross-promoting with other businesses in a later session. If you do have these type of relationships in place, then you're in a position to discuss the idea of promoting an offer to their mailing list, and in exchange, you would promote an offer they have to yours. This can be a win-win situation and is enhancing your brand either by offering your subscribers more of a variety or by growing your list. The last thing I would like to mention today is exit pop-ups. Now, first of all, you might be thinking, what in the world are exit pop-ups? Or you might be thinking, exit pop-ups, they are annoying. I don't want to use them. Well, actually, if you do it right, they can yield really good results. Exit pop-ups, if done right, will actually get people to sign on your list, and it can multiply your list and future income. Let me explain. When people leave your site without joining your email list, you need to give them another opportunity to do so. Otherwise, when they leave, they leave. They might come back, or they might never come back. You can structure exit pop-ups to show when someone is leaving your site. They are very powerful. If someone is reluctant to sign up, your pop-up could be designed to give them that little extra nudge they need to fill in your form. If you can get past, current, and potential guests on your list, you can stay in touch with them by emailing them over and over and over again, ensuring you're foremost in their mind when they are ready to book. In conclusion, inviting guests to your website, hoping they will book, and then return should be a goal for every hospitality property owner or manager. Making it easy for you to remain in the forefront of the mind when they are ready to book should be your strategy. If you are able to collect their information and build an email list that you utilize, then you have taken a huge step into developing a sustainable business for years to come. Do you currently collect emails from your guests? Let me know in the comments. You will have access to this episode for the next 6 weeks, and then it gets locked away in the vault for Hospitality Property School group members only. To see all the valuable material you would have access to as a member of the Hospitality Property School group, check out the short video in the episode post show notes. In the next episode, I will talk about your website design. Well, that's it for today's episode. Until next time, have a fun day. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you sign up for the Insider Tips. It's very informative, and you can find the link in the show notes.